I want to begin by saying, in response to somebody who asked, who may not be familiar with the Board of Selectmen in Canton, that it is a 5-person board, and the Board of Selectmen is to Canton what a mayor and city council is to Boston.
I know.
We can talk a little bit more as we go on about what that means. I would rather refer you to my press release, which is on the outside table, and my website for my educational and my professional background. I'd rather use a few moments to talk about my values and what's important to me and how I spend my time to let you get to know me a little bit better. I've had, since retirement, the great good fortune to be able to travel extensively. My most impactful international travel has included a trip to Israel to visit my daughter who worked in Haifa, a trip with other lawyers and judges to Turkey, and a trip to Jordan when that same daughter was working for refugees. And I say impactful because in combination, it taught me that all of the Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, have much more in common than most Americans appreciate. My most powerful U.S. trip was a 2,000-mile road trip down south with my husband that we called From the Civil War to the Civil Rights, because we visited a half a dozen Civil War sites from Antietam to Vicksburg, and another half a dozen civil rights sites in Birmingham, Alabama, Jackson, Mississippi, Vicksburg, all over. And when one connects the dots for what happened from 1860 to 1960, it is finally possible to understand some sense of race relations in the country today. For more than 15 years, I spent my time on the board of an organization called Employability, where we worked on giving employment and the dignity that that includes to persons with disabilities. For many more than 15 years, I've been on the board of Cathedral High School in the inner city Boston, where our mission is to raise all of the money, mostly about $4 million a year, to give what is really a transformative educational experience to kids from the inner city, today almost all Black, Hispanic, and Asian. And our high school graduation and college entrance rates are far superior to the nation and even Massachusetts, which is pretty high. Most recently, I spent my time as a pro bono immigration attorney representing kids from Central America who travel alone, literally in fear of their lives. And when they're given access to an attorney, it is like winning a lottery ticket to save their lives, genuinely. Now you may say, what does any of this have to do with the Board of Selectmen? And I tell you these things because where we live is not an abstraction. We live in neighborhoods. We live in communities. And sometimes our cities, our towns, our communities are faced with decisions. For example, questions of safety and security, whether that may be an awful hate crime, a bullying situation, or indeed the coronavirus, because we all know that people come from all over the world to attend our universities and our hospitals, and a wall will not stop a virus. And so your local officials are called upon occasionally to make decisions of courage and conviction. And so I want you to know what my values are, because I think that they all contribute to the kind of leader that I will be. And I look forward to answering your questions about what's going on locally here in Canton.